Imagine, if you will, a grand castle standing tall against the backdrop of the dark forest, its stone walls kissed by the amber light of a setting sun. The castle's towering turrets pierce the sky, and the air is crisp with the scent of pine and fresh earth. This is where our story begins, in the heart of a medieval kingdom, where the lives of the nobles and their servants intertwine in a delicate balance of power, responsibility, and tradition. As dusk settles over the castle, the great hall is bathed in flickering torchlight, the stone floor cool beneath your feet. You can hear the soft hum of conversation, laughter, whispers, and the clinking of goblets filled with mead and wine. The nobles gather around a large wooden table, finely carved with intricate designs, their robes rich in velvet and silk. The lord and lady of the castle, dressed in sumptuous attire, sit at the head of the table. Their faces are calm, though their eyes reveal the weight of responsibility they carry. As rulers, they make decisions that affect the lives of everyone in the kingdom, from the highest knight to the lowest servant. At the far end of the hall, servants bustle about, their movements swift and purposeful. A servant girl, her simple linen dress worn from hours of work, brings in platters of roasted meats and fresh bread, her eyes lowered respectfully as she approaches the nobles' table. She does not meet their gaze, for her place in this world is one of service. Yet there is a dignity in her role, for without her efforts, the grand feast would not be possible. The lord and lady, though powerful, are not without their own challenges. The lord must oversee the defense of the castle, ensuring that knights and soldiers are always ready for battle. He wears the heavy armor of leadership, both literal and metaphorical. His sword, though not always drawn, is a symbol of his authority, and his decisions shape the fate of many. The lady, equally respected, manages the domestic affairs of the castle. She oversees the daily running of the household, from the food on the table to the well-being of the servants. Her hands, often busy with sewing or writing letters, are skilled in the art of diplomacy and care. As night falls, the castle begins to quiet, but the duties of the castle's inhabitants do not cease. The servants retreat to their quarters, simple rooms near the kitchens or the stables, where the warmth of the hearth offers solace from the chill of the stone walls. These chambers, though humble, are filled with the sound of soft voices, stories shared, plans made, and comfort offered to those who work in the shadows of the grand hall. In the Lord's chamber, a fireplace crackles, casting dancing shadows across the stone walls. The Lord removes his armor, the weight of the day's decisions lifting from his shoulders. He walks to the window, looking out over the courtyard, where the castle's outer walls stand firm against the darkening sky. His eyes are tired, but his mind is sharp. Tomorrow, he will ride out with his knights to inspect the defenses of the nearby village. But tonight, he will rest. His lady, already seated by the fire, sips from a cup of warm tea. She too has worked long hours, managing the affairs of the castle with grace and efficiency. Her eyes are gentle but firm, a woman who has learned the art of balancing compassion with authority. She looks up from her reading, her gaze meeting the Lord's, and for a moment they share a quiet understanding, partners in this life of responsibility and power. Meanwhile, in the stables, the sounds of horses' hooves and soft whinnies fill the air as grooms tend to the animals. The stable boy, no older than 16, brushes down a steed, his movements practiced and tender. His hands are rough from work, but there is a quiet pride in the way he cares for the animals. The grooms and stable hands, though they wear simple clothes, are vital to the castle's daily life. Without them, the knights would have no mounts to ride, the Lord would have no horse to carry him to battle. And so, Even in their humble station, they carry the weight of importance. As the night deepens, the castle becomes a place of rest and reflection. The lord and lady retire to their chamber, where a great four-poster bed awaits them, draped in fine linens. The moonlight spills in through the tall windows, casting a silver glow on the floor. They exchange a few quiet words before drifting into sleep, the peace of the castle settling over them. In the servants' quarters, the servant girl lies on her straw-filled mattress, the warmth of the fire in the hearth just a memory. The sound of the wind outside is a lullaby, and though her sleep is brief, it is filled with dreams of the day's work, a never-ending cycle of serving, cleaning, and caring for the needs of those above her. She is tired, but she knows that her work is valuable. The castle would not stand without the servants who keep its heart beating. As you lie there, imagining this world of medieval life, you can feel the weight of time itself. The roles of the nobles and servants may seem different, but each is essential to the functioning of the castle. The lord and lady, with their power and responsibility, and the servants, with their quiet dedication, all contribute to the rhythm of the castle. Together they create a world where life goes on, day after day, century after century, in the quiet solitude of stone walls. And so, as the stars twinkle above and the castle settles into the peaceful embrace of night, you too find yourself drifting into a deep, restful sleep, carried away by the stories of those who lived in this ancient, timeless world.